Hi there, and welcome to another edition here on Gloucester City. These are the Gloucester City Diaries, and before our first league game of the season against West Brom, a quick update. Yes, we have won the UEFA Super Cup. We beat Arsenal 4-1. A team I struggled with last season, we completely demolished them. It was kind of funny. Probably the Arsenal don't like playing in Germany, right? Historically, so we managed to get a few goals in this match, and a lot of these came from counter attacks. My 4-2-3-1 has been set up to soak and get teams in, and Germano here launching one ball through the channel, Z Gomez charging in, scoring our first goal in the 45th minute. It set the tone for the rest of the match. It was a good performance. This whole season, we brought in new players. We brought in Z Gomez, Germano. The question mark is how is Joe Hanks going to fit in the system? I still want to keep Joe Hanks. I don't want to let him go. But occasionally, we do show some signs of being fragile at the back, and I'm still a bit concerned with the defensive pairing. It's been a good defensive pairing, but Sergi Gomez rather, he is a very experienced defender. But I'm now gonna have to think about the future. Here we can see Arsenal were attacking us down the flank. We handled the first danger pretty well. Man marking was pretty good. Then when this ball was lofted in, everyone went for one player, leaving Volland unmarked. Very comical. I didn't expect this, but yeah, lo and behold, the match is level, and then up steps Joe Hanks. He sends us back into the lead with a 2-1 free kick, 71st minute. And I was pretty happy at this point for Joe Hanks. And then off a throw in, once again, we show how we can turn things around and launch attacks from set pieces, defending set pieces rather. Barkley leading the counter attack onto Z Gomez. You can see the boys pouring into the box. Barkley then gets Germano in. Germano can't score. Lopez finds Barkley inside the box again, and Barkley gets his first goal of the season with 3-1 up at this point, and looking very, very comfortable. By this time in the match, I knew that the system was working. There was nothing to change. It was a case of let's bring some other players on now. Hanks is the question mark for me this season. Do I play him every single match? I'm sentimentally attached to this guy. After all, he scored the winning goal for us that got us the Champions League win. And now, question is, how does he fit in my pattern? Because this 4-2-3-1 is going to be set up in such a way that we are going to exploit space with talented players in the wider AM slots. Z Gomez getting his second goal of the match here. 4-1 win over Arsenal. Very comfortable. No questions about how we played in this game. I was very impressed with our performances, and I'm looking forward to what the rest of the season is going to bring. And for the match against West Bromwich Albion, we are going to use literally the same team, except for Lacazette. He wasn't very fit for that match. This is the lineup that I'm going to put up. We've also got this new player called Jake McDonald, who really is a filler. I don't know. I mean, I don't have enough English players. So here we go. The matches of Roberto Firmino to Nunnally out wide. I'm eager to see how Frantisek Hajek does in Kone's position. It's going to be a tall ask for this boy. Hajek wins the ball out wide. Firmino with the ball again out to Pereira. Now to Nunnally. Bit concerned about how we're defending. And the box here, the defense looks pretty good. The man marking their targets. Naturally, there's going to be somebody who might win the header and knock it off to another player. So I'm not going to get too fussed about that. Free kick, Joe Hanks drops inside the box. Boswick Jackson gets up. They clear the ball only as far as Lopez. Z Gomez, nice football. Nice football. These are the players I'm going to be looking at this season. Germano, Lopez, Lacazette, Gomez. This is my my front four. Hanks with another free kick. Conte to Roberto Firmino. Firmino back, Sergio Gomez wins the ball and drops it for Z Gomez. Z Gomez out to they clear the ball. Lacazette now, Germano. Okay, good. The boys are showing a lot of teamwork at the moment. C. Gomez out to Germano. Germano out wide to Mafio. Mafio to Hanks. Joe Hanks to Sergey Gomez. Gomez to Lacazette. Lacazette to Lopez. Lopez to C. Gomez. Back in it goes. Germano inside the box. Ah, it's well wide. Well, I like to thank Lee Rothery for putting a message out on Twitter where he tried to get the attention of Joe Hanks and Gloucester City after the heroics of Gloucester City in last season's Champions League. I like to thank him for that. While I'm mulling over all the feedback that I've received thus far, and thank you for all the comments that you guys have sent in, we're still trying to decide what we're going to do. Continue, play a few more seasons, or leave the club. I've received some interesting ideas. One of the Patron users suggested keep Joe Hanks around until he retires, then make him the under 18s manager. Interesting. That could be a nice one. And someone else suggested keep going with the save, and let's see if you can get a new stadium named in his honor. Okay, that's not a bad idea too. So far, it seems to be all centered around Joe Hanks. What about if I left the club? I mean, let the club run for a while, academy, let it come up, and let's see whether they can produce any talents. Now, that would be a really long save, and we don't know if we're going to be around that long. And yeah, so there's so many ideas here that we want to go through and try out. But still, Gloucester City have a bucket list of things they have left to do. It's a tough decision to make. Slattery comes away, a chance for West Brom to counter. Walks into hijack. Lacazette now with another chance to counter. What can he do? Goes wide. Smart thing to do. Plays it back to Hijack. Hijack now to Gomez. Gomez to Borthwick Jackson. Down to Webster. Webster looks around and yes, finds Germano. Germano out wide to Mafio. See, I'm kind of Z Gomez with another goal. See, the thing is, I've set up my tactic. I got the players in. I know what's going to happen now. So I'm kind of happy. I think these players they have a chance of giving the title a good go this season. We might be able to win the title, but if we don't win the title, we still finish among the top four. Same thing. So the question is, what are we gonna do? So I think that by the end of this season, I will decide, and hopefully, uh, we have a couple of ideas that I can mull over. I hope you guys can let me know what to do because I don't want to kill the whole Joe Hanks storyline. Eh? It's like when Joe Hanks comes up, the boys from Gloucester have done well, and if I keep doing this, then man, I wish they hadn't won the title last season, but it happened anyway. So yeah, that makes the story a bit short. I wish that uh, it'd be a bit longer, but we did go for it last season. And we did set up a system that I thought would be very, very strong for Gloucester City, and I'm happy with how we've done. Well, we're gonna take Lacazette off. He wasn't 100% in the last match, and we'll make a couple of changes right now. The boys could do with a rest with two goals up. The match is ours actually. We haven't really spent much time in our own half. We've spent most of the time in midfield and in the opponent's half. So this first game of the season is a pretty good match. We this will be revenge. Yes, last season West Brom defeated us in the last game of the season, and right now Gloucester City traveling away. Well, the boys look very comfortable. We'll greet with the ball. Lopez out to Joe Hanks, plays it out to Z Gomez. Z Gomez checks inside, plays it back to Ndaye, Hanks, Germano. Germano, I'm looking forward to this player. He is very, very talented. He's got a lot of vision. He's like one of those playmakers that can actually dribble with the ball and make something happen. He doesn't have to stop to look, so I'm looking forward to what he can do. Lopez shoots again inside the box. Corner for Gloucester City. Joe Hanks to take this. Drops it onto the head of no one in particular. Slattery clears the ball. Germano pick up the pieces, plays it back to Joe Hanks. Joe Hanks gets us another corner. Hangs with the corner. The keeper makes it his own. Well, as you can see from the action zones in the last 5 minutes, Gloucester haven't had any defending to do. Oh, this is getting a bit boring. Oh, finally we have to defend. Munoz to Nunnally to Roberto Firmino back to Nunnally and Webster clears the danger. On to Germano. Germano takes his time with the ball, tries to release somebody. Lopez intercepts that. Greek to Z Gomez. Again, the boys getting the ball up quickly. Z Gomez holds the ball up. Ay, ay, ay. What a waste. All these players were available on free. So what do you, I mean, it's like kind of cool, right? You get all these players, they're available on free. You take them in, adds value to your club, and you get a very strong team. That's one of the reasons why I think it's time to call it for this game. Because from this point onwards, Gloucester are gonna go from being like no hopers to a juggernaut. Yeah, I expect Gloucester to become a juggernaut. Maybe not this season, but definitely before the season is over, they will have the money, the funds to strengthen the squad, and yeah, we'll great with the ball. Mm, West Brom clear the mess up. There's still about 10 minutes left in the game. Webster to Ndaye. Ndaye, well, he's a very good utility player now, so that's kind of cool. Mafia out wide, crosses it, far post, Will Green. Ooh, he wanted so much to be in on the scoring act. Karanka out. They play it wide now to Mohos. Now to Nunley. Drops in. This is going to be Webster's. Yeah. Well, there's not much time left on the clock. We'll make one more substitution. Take off Mafia and bring on Karim Mimaja. Mamija, sorry. Well, the boys are very comfortable. That's it. Looks like our first game of the season is going to be a comfortable win over West Bromwich Albion. Out to Mamija. Yes, Gloucester City have travelled away from home to secure a simple 2-0 win over West Bromwich Albion. And if I were to look at the heat map, yeah, it's a typical heat map, but even now, a counter-attacking tactic looks like it's generating possessive heat maps in the opponent's third. The first half, we looked okay. I mean, the heat map, yeah, it was typical because you're playing attacking fluid. In the second half, when we actually, there's a time when we changed our mentality. The heat map should not be as strong. Overall, though, I'm not surprised. We still show a lot of strength on the left flank. It's very hard for teams to break us down. And now, even on the right flank, I find that teams are finding it very hard to break us down. So the boys are pretty strong at the moment. Our key pass combinations not very different from last season. Still, everybody is involved in the action. You can see West Brom struggling to make things happen, while on the other hand, Gloucester City they controlled the pitch. In terms of how the players played, well, Joe Hanks, as expected, still a 7.1, but you can see the back line. The back line was pretty good, 7.5, 7.3. Good 7.4 for Z Gomez, 8.4 for Pablo Mafio. He drilled in a few good crosses from the right flank. And on, yeah, stats, even though we were playing counter attacking, 57% possession. Like I always said, you can have a very good solid tactic, which is attacking and counter attack, possessive, counter-attacking tactic, because essentially counter-attacking is just what you do with the ball when you win it back, right? So if you want to have a fast transition, there you go, play it on a higher mentality. If you want it to be totally AI driven, then yeah, you go on counter. But I don't want anything AI driven. I want to control everything. Yeah, I don't believe in the AI controlling jack in my game. I want to control my own destiny. Gloucester City, well, they take 3 points from this, along with Man U, Tottenham, and Wolves. Man City, Watford have won the opening game of the season. Wow, that's good. And yeah, Liverpool still struggling. Man, can Liverpool ever win the title? I mean, can they even come close? Please. Man, this is like real life. I'm a Liverpool supporter, and even in the game they suck. And look at this. Our odds this season have also changed. Now 35 to 1. So I'm looking forward to the fact that there are going to be more teams now that play defensively. So do I change my system? The thought has crossed my mind to go a bit more flexible if they change and become a bit more defensive against me. Um, Haven't really decided that yet. It will be based on the match and what I see happening. In terms of the board, well, they're expanding our stadium, they're improving the youth facilities, they're improving the training facilities. Can't say very much about this. I mean, look, the club is growing, we are growing. I'm bored. Yeah, I mean, 49 transfer budget, 49 million transfer budget. I haven't used it all. There's no point. We brought in some players, 4 players on the free transfer, added something like, between last season and this season, our value jumped up by another 100 million. If I if we keep at this rate, then the club is just gonna get stronger and stronger and stronger. The question now is, what happens to Joe Hanks? I think it may be time for me to think of something else, maybe play another system, which, but still, wow, we suited this system has been designed for. I mean, I brought in a player specifically for this 4-2-3-1. Armando Di Blasio is becoming a bit of a prick. He wants to play in every single game, so he's made a lot of noise, and I decided, well, I'm gonna transfer list that boy and tell him to pack up his bags and go back home if he doesn't want to play for this club. Well, we've had a great season. We have had a good start. We brought in some good players. I'm still trying to figure out what the hell I'm gonna do with Joe Hanks and the rest of this team, and what I'm gonna do with the save. So, any ideas you have? I mean, I'm almost decided. Yes, this will be the last season. We'll play it through, see where it takes us, and then what am I gonna do after that? So if you're keen on finding out what we did last season there, we have a few episodes you might want to check out. Episode 28, 29, I think, until about episode 40. Should cover our Champions League adventures. Matches that you definitely want to watch are the Bayer Leverkusen matches. The Real Madrid match was a classic. I really loved that match. And let me know what you think. What should we do with these boys in Gloucester City? Call it time, finish the season, and where do I go from there? Your thoughts, your opinions matter. I want to know what you guys think. So please drop me a note at the bottom here in the comment section, or sound me up on Twitter at Busternet or addicted2fm.com. Once again, I'd like to thank all my patrons for continuing to support this channel. Your support has been unwavering and I appreciate it very much. And I'd like to hear from all of you very, very soon. So in the meantime, you guys take care. Have a good one. I'll catch up with you soon. Bye bye.